Wednesday morning, everyone. Chris Allen here on this January 29th and the Sam channel, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and X, all sponsored by Ace Hardware Marketplace. So we've got a good morning that is out there. A few high clouds that we're noticing from the Plano cam, but otherwise we've got a pretty good morning going for us here. And temperatures, not bad. Mild, even, in the 40s, upper 30s, 40s showing up already. I'll look at the mesonet sites here in just a moment. Those high clouds, though, that you're seeing with the morning sunshine, all associated with the next system that is going to work in here and will bring us a good chance of rain starting tomorrow. So high level moisture in the form of those high, thin cirrus clouds that we're looking at right now from the Plano cam, but eventually we're going to find some ample moisture and cloudiness starting to come down closer to us as we go through time. But I think it's still going to take until about midday tomorrow before we'll start to see rain moving in here to south central Kentucky. All right, let's take a look at some of the mesonet sites this morning and check temperatures statewide. We see 30s, 40s everywhere, even a couple of 20s, as you'll soon see. In fact, as you look here from southern Kentucky, the usual suspect, Cumberland County, Burkesville, almost 25 degrees. 24.9 degrees Fahrenheit down near the river. That's why it's much colder, because everybody else at a different elevation seeing 30s and 40s, 30s, 40s. There's a chilly 31 up at the Corvette plant, 39 at the Ag Expo Center. Then you've got 37 in Morgantown, Woodbury, actually. So it's near the river as well, which is why that one sometimes trends colder. Then you got 30 over in Todd County near Elkton, but a lot of 40s beginning to show up now. Yesterday, it was a southwest breeze that helped us warm into the 50s, and that same breeze is with us today. Even though there's a little weak boundary that is slipping through, the winds may shift a little from the southwest this morning to the west and then the northwest as we get into the afternoon. And that may keep us from getting any warmer than yesterday, which the high was 55, but that was 8 degrees above normal. The normal high temperature for this time of the year is 47. And in the next day or two, it's going to be 48. So we're moving upward with the daily normal high temperature as the days continue to get longer. But this is indeed a warm spell, unseasonably warm air that's with us, and it's going to be with us for at least the next week or more, as you'll soon see with the model blender, the next 10 days. Here's a look at the satellite view this morning, and you can see that we do have a few clouds. Those are the high, thin cirrus clouds that we're looking at. That's high-level moisture coming in ahead of the next system. The rain, though, is way, way far south, not even close to us. But it's gonna come closer as we go through the next 24 hours, and our rain chances will begin to go up significantly. A fast moving system on top of that is going to bring us the rain. So let's go to the maps and I'll show you exactly what's going to happen. Here's the here and now. There's that little trough, that's a little short wave that's coming through right now, that's helping produce some of the high clouds, but also some of those high clouds coming off of this moisture that's way far to the south of us, as you can see. Parts of Oklahoma and Texas getting the rain right now. Let me put this into motion. Here we go to midday. We start to see the shield of rain start to edge a little bit closer to us. Here we go into this evening, about 6 o'clock. Most of the moisture will be entering southwestern Missouri, much of Arkansas, Louisiana, western Mississippi. We go into midnight tonight, and we start to see the shield of rain getting closer here to southern Kentucky. Here's 6 a.m. tomorrow, and it should be at least beginning to rain back in western Kentucky. Now, because of temperatures getting down into the 30s tonight for some, north of the Ohio River and along the Wabash River, as the moisture begins to move in, some of this may start as a little bit of a mix. But I don't think that's going to happen here. We're going to stay warm enough, and the atmosphere, frankly, will still be dry enough. The dew points will still be dry enough to where I don't think we're going to see, really, even though the radar may show rain, it may not be reaching the ground. Not until we get about midday tomorrow. And then that's when the coverage of rain really starts to take over. As you can see, the darker greens indicating beneficial rain. Now we're looking at getting at least 1.5 to 2 inches of rain, especially west of Interstate 65, more likely to get some of the heavier rain. Now we've got a couple of low pressure systems, an occluded front, another short wave behind it, warm front to the north, cold front to the south. We call this a triple point, but in the springtime, that gives us a little bit of pause because a triple point can indicate a very strong, deep area of low pressure. This is looking like it's about 1,003 to 1,004 millibars. It's not all that strong. So there's not any real instability with this system. There's some wind. So there's a little bit of a dynamic with the wind, but there's not that much in the way of instability. So I don't anticipate this bringing any severe weather. In fact, we may even hardly hear a rumble of thunder. But it's going to rain. It's going to rain pretty good during the day tomorrow and tomorrow night into the first half of Friday. Here we go, 6 a.m. Friday. The front begins to come through. Here is the wraparound moisture on the backside of the system, that occlusion that's taking place. Here we go into 6 a.m. Saturday. The system is gone. It's a fast mover. But even with that fast moving system, there's a lot of moisture. And as I mentioned, we could pick up 1.25 inches, 1.5 inches, 1.75 inches to up to 2 inches of rain for some of you, especially if you live along or west of 65. You're more likely to get the heavier amounts of rain. But the cold front comes on through Saturday morning, the first day of February. Here we go into Groundhog Day, which is Sunday. The little system begins to stall just a little bit, but the moisture is gone. So in the next couple of days after that, Monday, there's a little weak front. Into Tuesday, really all the systems are out of the picture. Wednesday, a little broken up, little boundary there. It's going to stay warm. It really is going to stay warm. And usually after these kind of systems come through, we cool down, but I really don't see that much of a cool down. And it's all going to be rain. We're not going to have to worry about any frozen precipitation at all. And here's proof. Check out the numbers. Wow. 50s, 60s, 50s, 60s, 50s. All the way through next Saturday. Yeah. Isn't that great? I mean, okay, I know you want to look at this and you say, so does that mean it's spring? Absolutely not. It is still winter. I still think we're going to find some wintry weather coming our way in the next several weeks, into February. This is just an anomaly that is with us for the time being, but I still believe that we've got another maybe one or two good shots of winter weather still yet to come before we can say we're actually done with winter. So this is a kind of a teaser, a false spring, if you will. It is not. This is not us jumping from the really, really cold January into spring. It's just, it's not. It's not. By the way, if you saw last night when I was doing the weather, it showed, I showed a calendar of the entire month of January, except for, like tomorrow and the next day, which are the last 2 days. But so far for the month of January, it's the coldest January we've had in Bowling Green since 1988. 88. What are we talking about here? I got to get my calculator out because let's see. 37 years ago. 1988 was 37 years ago. What in the wow. The last time we've had a January this cold, 37 years ago in 1988. That's nuts. That's really just pretty amazing. But you know what? I've been telling people for years, after every time we get a report that says hottest year ever in the world, hottest on record, warmest on record, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, you know what? We're never going back to the way it used to be. And I would say, really? How do you know that? What makes you an expert? Your short-term memory, just within the years that you've lived, which is really short-term. You go back and you look at the expanse of records, 150 years plus of record keeping, and you will see patterns of where this kind of thing has happened before. And then people start to think, well, it's never going to get cold again. We're never going to get snow again. It's not going to be like it was when I was a kid. Wait a minute. Wait just a minute. Hold on. Here it comes. I kept telling people, here it comes. We're going to go back into that cycle of colder than usual air. And then where is your global warming theory? I know they tell me not to say it's a theory, that it's fact. Yeah, it may have been for a few decades, but now we're back into a very much colder, a much colder, a much colder pattern. And I don't think this is the only time we're going to see that. Just wait. Just wait. We'll see. I know there's going to be somebody out there who goes, oh, Chris Allen, he doesn't know what he's talking about. He's wrong. He's wrong. I might be. But anyway, I don't think I am. If I am, I'll say I am. That's the difference. I will say that I'm wrong. They will never say they're wrong. Okay. Thank you for watching as always. God bless you. Have a great day. And I'll see you tonight on News 40 at 5, 6, and 10.